SHEM, Agricultural Industrial Combine,
is one of the most powerful corporations in known space.
a limited liability intra-social sub-collective megasystem.
No single company can rival its overall reach and influence, and even operating as organized pacts, the competition often fails to stack up. Having occupied a vast region of overlooked space, undervalued due to the presence of asteroid debris, this turned into an opportunity for the Shemite people, who had wandered in exile after the occupation of their previous colonial work on Gemri Prime. Exiled from the old empire, around the same time as the Great Borean Exodus. Spread across many worlds and operating legally in many kingdoms, they are known to produce a vast amount of the galaxy's food near to the core of the Hyborian sector. Though, Brithunia of all places has begun to compete, diversifying into several key strategic industries such as synthetic proteins and algae-based mass-produced travel rations. Shemite culture is strongly connected with the fabric of the Mega Combine. However, there are very clear distinctions between the culture and the Combine. It is believed that very few planets exist in the region of space occupied and claimed as the sovereignty of the Combine. Instead, the Combine has terraformed hundreds of massive, moon-sized asteroids, creating a vast network of habitable colonies throughout their space. However, it is not all green fields and profits. The SHEM Combine are not without their enemies. These include the moons of Koth, Aegyptus, and most notably, the Hyrcanian Star Empire, whose feud with the peoples of the modern Combine go back further than recorded history. It should be noted, the SHEM Combine make a very definitive distinction between competitors, rivals, and enemies. A competitor is someone they deem to be a commercial adversary, but for the most part, peaceful, if not entirely civil. The Brythun Republic falls under this category, having created a parallel economy to the Combine that, while creating similar products, has a very small influence on the Combine's massive sales of these specific items, such as rations. Rivals denote a more serious threat, forces looking to join with other entities directly against the Combine. An example of this was Aquilonia until their cataclysmic end. Conspiracy theories still abound that SHEM was somehow involved in this. The explanation of how the Combine was involved in an extinction-level event of a Class 10 world remains entirely elusive, unsurprisingly, as these theories are little more than anti-Shemitic conspiracy mongering by the likes of the Hyrcanian Star Empire, who belong to the third group of enemies, whereas competitors and rivals face off exclusively in non-combative commercial competition. Enemies, while still commercial in nature, enforce their territorial claims by way of privately owned military divisions. This includes everything from mercenaries, to synthetics, to drones, to synthetic mercenary drones, giving a whole new meaning to terms like hostile takeover. Indeed, the SHEM Combine rarely bothers to place human fighters in harm's way, while mobile commanders, encased in power armor with augmented capabilities, oversee the battlefield. Most regiments are semi-autonomous operators, born to kill, built to last, brought to bear against the enemies of SHEM. The rivalry between Aegyptus and Koth is straightforward. Koth skims the border and shakes its fist. SHEM laughs, publicly shames the Kothian High Executive Council, and imposes another 10 years of tariffs and commerce fees. Aegyptus sends spies, SHEM captures them, and siphons their cerebral cortex for treats and secrets. However, Koth and Aegyptus, for all their treachery and villainy, are still straightforward, trying to get an edge on the competition. But Hyrcania is different. Hyrcania wants slaves, miners to dig until they die, women to have their way with until growing bored of these playthings. Very little has changed for the warlords of Hyrcania in the years since the old empire. However, this time, the Combine is not taking this lying down. Having its own massive military-industrial sector, SHEM is able to compete when met with enemies fleet to fleet or in ground combat on a variety of worlds. Recently, SHEM has embraced a newly available form of anti-humane warfare against the Hyrcanian as a show of strength. When a Hyrcanian warrior, made from flesh and blood, is captured by one of our drones, he is stripped of organic components, relieved of his chassis, and is then supplied with new kill cleanup orders from his new Shemite superiors, heavily irradiated, given enough aggression enhancers to kill a Zamorian death trooper, and sent right back into Hyrcanian space to share everything he's learned. Welcome home, soldier!
Atomic self-destruct activated.
This exciting new method of warfare-based recycling allows for us to pass these critical savings on to you,
Remote operations terminated.
our valued customer. And remember, if you would like to opt out of wartime human recycling, don't attack our borders.
SHEM. Agricultural, industrial, combined. A limited liability intrasocial cell collective megasystem.
The Hyborian Sector, a free RPG campaign setting designed for you to defend, conquer, and explore. An ongoing project.